Lust is a normal emotion, contrary to wantonness, which may come unsolicited at times with regard to another person or certain activities. Needless to say, it is possible to feel like that, and it is possible to learn how to avoid such thoughts and remain in control. Here are practical strategies with an eye on implementing them in your everyday life. That is why the best way that can be used to deal with lust is to avoid the things that can lead to it. This means finding and avoiding those things that cause such feelings. For instance, if content available online is a motivational trigger, then one may self-censor by having a blocker or an extension that may limit access. In situations where an individual is a trigger, then it may be advisable to avoid this individual. The idea is simple: out of sight, out of mind. Another relevant strategy is making some of your environment more public. If you are more used to working with your phone or computer in a bedroom or a quiet corner of the house, consider getting out to a cafe or a library. As it is enclosed in the public environments afford accountability, and therefore cuts down on the inclination to engage in unwanted behaviors. After that, it is necessary to introduce your values. This is why when you fully understand your why, it becomes easier to do away with limbs that may try to tempt you. Take note of your personal motives for wanting to overcome lust. These may be being a good partner or spouse or individual improvement and mastery over oneself. This list should be placed where it could be seen often so that it will act more like a daily cue of your long-term targets. Another step is to find out what is causing your stressor to occur. That is, the stressor's antecedents. Think about when you are most likely to say yes to things you do not want, or when you are most vulnerable. Which of the following situations make you take a bite more often? When bored, stressed, or lonely? When you find such moments, you can come up with measures that will help undo them. If one is bored, there is nothing wrong with reading a book, learning a new skill, or learning how to crochet, or even just a call to a friend. Developing better rapport with people you know also can do a lot of good. When you have the kind of connections where you really value people, then lust is going to be out of the window since you have what you need in the physical realm. If one finds himself or herself in a relationship, it should be noted that it is high time one or both partners increased intimacy through togetherness, either in developing new and interesting hobbies or else scheduling a romantic vacation. Another important concept relates to stress and its management. Stress creates vulnerability and can therefore be blamed for the development of intrusive thoughts, which we can learn to control if we avoid stress. In practicing relaxation techniques such as stretching, deep breathing, or even a walk in nature helps. Exercise can move your body and mind's attention away from distressing themes. You don't have to do it all on your own, and there are so many people out there who can help you with whatever it is you need help with. But if it gets too much, seek help. Your fears and worries are best discussed with a therapist or counselor or even in support groups. Most of the support groups exist online, which ensures that you are alone and no one knows you. The other influential intervention is prayer and meditation. To people with faith, praying can help you to recall the principles you have embraced and the pledges you have made. But mindfulness meditation, to enable you get a chance to look at your thoughts objectively and without any compulsion, learn how to slough them off. With practice, you'll be able to recognize such thoughts while not transitioning from them into actions. The last and the most effective approach is to learn to watch your thoughts without engaging in a battle with them. People note that to attempt to ignore something or to resist thinking about it will actually make it worse. But then, do not take them seriously. Do not give them credit as being something more than whatever they are. Simply thoughts. Then people should label them as unwanted or intrusive, and imagine them floating down the river. Gradually, it minimizes their influence, cutting down their occurrence too. Just as it is essential to understand that you can't choose what enters your mind, you can carefully choose how you will approach it. Lustful thoughts do not make you a bad person. They just make you normal. What really counts is what you do with them, following the thought you have in your mind. If you are not able to cope with these feelings, then you may be assured that you are not the only one. Consult friends or any group association or any psychological consultant when in a fix. It's perfectly all right to ask for help. It's not a weakness. On the contrary, it is strength. Assume command of your path to living peacefully and overcoming the self. You've got this.